Hello and welcome to another episode of
A
A
little
Little
hit
Hit
of
of
Ganja
Ganja
talk.
Talk. And it's not Friday, but we were actually going to try to do a show the other day, but a lot of stuff happened.
Yes,
And the other day we had a big spread of food thanks to Tamale Rose, and I promised that we would say something, and we didn't get to film yesterday, so sorry about
I
that.
did put out a few shorts though of pictures and talking about how amazing her food is.
Yeah, definitely worth the trip to find her. She's on Facebook, and you can just download that, and you can check her location out. And yeah,
It's well
very
worth
very
it.
good food.
I even finished the pulled pork one in the plastic container. I finished that just a little bit ago. Just ate it cold. I don't warm, cold doesn't matter. This food is like the best thing you will ever eat. I swear.
It survived a 40-minute drive, and it was great.
Yeah, it was. Oh my god. The tamale was amazing too. The way my daughter tried to get it out of the wrapper thing was kind of funny, but it tasted amazing.
And you guys might not have noticed, but we have sound. Hopefully.
Yes. 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 I absolutely love it. We got this delightful little contraption. It's hopefully fixing this whole fucking thing.
Which is just in time because I just went out to Grass Pro Shop and I just found this. Which, thanks to the metric covering, you can't really tell, but this is Mr. Jim Belushi's weed, and I didn't even know he was in Michigan. Well, his stash was in Michigan anyway. So I figured we would give it a try. I read metric all day. I cannot read that. I
Can't
don't
see
know
it.
what the strain is.
Rocket 88.
Sounds cool.
It is 30.2% THC. 30.9% THCA and no CBDs. I love that. People don't even, they're like, we're not worried about the CBDs, but everybody is really starting to put the THCA in there, and I'm telling you, dude, it is worth it. It does, it makes the buzz a lot better. I don't know
THC
how.
THCA is a weird thing though because you'll notice on a product it'll be like it has 64% THCA and 30 some percent THC, but then when the values come out, the values of the cannabinoids don't equal. So actually THCA would be a good thing for us to look up and learn
Yeah,
more about.
that's the one that we started talking about the very first week when we didn't have sound, so we're gonna start doing that again for sure. Cause the stuff that look at what we found out about CBN. I was like, holy shit, not even a sedative. Ugh, makes you so mad. We're over here talking about all these cannabinoids. What the fuck about the terps? Now I'm finding out all this shit. It's the terps and everything that makes everything so good.
Definitely
Fuckers.
with the flavors.
Yeah, for
Remember
sure.
that terp test I told you about those that purple
Oh, the level
the
1, 2s,
purple
and
punch?
3s. Yeah.
They're actually making that, and I don't know what level they picked. I'm curious to find out, but I'll bring that on the show. Made there at Highway Farms, their new liftoff.
That wasn't the emotional ones, was it?
I don't think so. No, that was. Don't eat 200 milligrams of gummies. Have it kick in, and then call on the phone.
That
You
shit
might get
had-
emotional.
I felt so
weird.
bad. That shit had him legitimately asking like life questions that fucking I was like, "Oh my god, what is going on?" Like, but I could see how it would. Like, I've got that high where I'm sitting there and shit will pop in my head and I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, and then you think about it later, what the fuck was I even thinking about that for? It'd be like 2 in the morning and you're like having all these deep questions roll through your brain. Like the one for me all the time, am I gonna die alone? Am I gonna die and like no one's gonna know that I died, so like I just lay there for a minute before someone realizes like my cats eat me? That's a fear of mine.
Well, you were the one that gave me your death rights way back in the day when we were kind of doing things that we probably shouldn't have been doing.
Right?
And I was still trying to figure out how I would take your body in the trunk of my car.
Right? I'm telling you, do you see? There's so many weird things that the brain makes you think, and I think it's weird for people with autism because I find myself thinking some shit that I'm like, nobody in their right mind would even think about that.
The thing that's crazy is when you look shit up and you find out it's true.
Yeah. Like, I have a bad habit, and I have people say it to me all the time where I will just blurt something out and then come to find out that is how it is. And everyone's like, really, dude? Like, you knew that? No, I didn't know that, but I have a bad habit of blurting out shit when other people are talking, and then it happens like that. And I'm like, great.
They will find out now that we have sound.
I'm so happy about that. Because some of the shit we were talking about was pretty funny, and it kept cutting, and it was horrible.
Yes, thanks all of our subscribers, because I can't believe we got a one with that.
I know.
You guys were totally great. Let us get away with it.
You guys still listened. You still watched. So you guys are fucking amazing. And I'm really, really hoping this this is addiction thing takes off. Because I think once we both start doing that, it'll explain why we both are the way we are. Just because when you find out people have been through certain shit, you're like, oh, there it is. Yep, that, yeah. There's gonna be a lot of that once you guys see the craziness. Not see, because I'm not gonna show craziness, but I'll tell you
We
about
probably already have. How many people are in their 40s doing this shit?
I don't know. I have a couple friends that have been talking about doing it, and dude, they're funny as fuck. Like, one that I talked to today specifically, actually was like, I've been thinking about doing it. I was like, oh my god, dude, do it. Because he's got such a dry sense of humor, and he's like you, he has no facial expressions, he'll say shit, and just, like, nothing changes. And it's even funnier, because you're like, did you really just say that? No emotion. I tried to do it on the shorts. Though sometimes it's hard. Like, the homeless one got me.
That one was the best one.
I felt so bad saying, so I put the money back in my pocket. I was like, oh.
That was easily the best one.
I don't know. The one I want to do the most is the Be Nice to Your Kids one. I haven't done it yet, but I want to. I just don't have, I have mixed reviews. So I'm like, the fuck are people going to think?
You're going to get your first thumbs down.
Right? No. Bad,
Not that.
Bad. This is really good. And I love, again, more and more. Now they're getting it. The pre-rolled motherfuckers are getting it.
Dude, he totally has
when
a
they don't do
show, and he was getting strains from other countries and all that. So, yeah, this should be interesting smoke. I'm curious to see what else they carry in Michigan and what else they're going to put out.
Oh, guess what happened today? So, I rode with my son-in-law, and we went to light him up on Pearson. And I walked in there, and as you guys know, he always does the Grass Pro Shop, and they carry Willie's Reserve, which, yay, fucking love it. But I walked in there, and in the corner, there's a big old Willie Reserve board. I have never got so excited. I was like a kid. I turned around to the guy behind the counter and was like, do you carry that? And he's like, yes. Like, the way he looked at me was like, this bitch is insane. I met him 2 seconds before, you know, and I'm like, that's a good first impression. But yeah, they do. They carry it. So now there's two. There's two places that carry it. We've got Grass Pro Shop out in Corona, and then we've got Light 'em Up here on Pearson Road in Flint, and Willie's Reserve. And then we started talking about Aardvark, because, you know, they're the shit. So, love you guys. Love Willie's Reserve. Can't wait to smoke that next.
We did have some other products we were going to honestly show, because I did a little tour out in the Owasso, Corona area and went to a few dispos, and because our show kind of didn't go through, we already smoked it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
We ended up hashtagging ourselves yesterday after my kid and her father witnessed a horrible, horrific accident. And so, I wasn't even there and was freaking the fuck out. Just listening to it. So, God bless both of them for being there and helping them. That was amazing of them to do. We don't see that enough anymore. and I hope that their people in the accident are doing a lot better. That was horrible. And I'm sorry you guys went through that. But anyway, we do still have dabs too. We gotta say that. Those are fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was talking with a bud tender, and we were talking about the garlic strain. And they happen to have this particular brand of dab, and I'd never tried it before, Detroit Dope. So I was like, yeah, I'll try some garlic butter. And yeah, it's very good.
I typically don't do dabs. I think I said that before. I choke too hard. And then, like, an hour later, I don't know if I'm high because I just coughed myself stupid or because of the product. This, however, I have actually been able to smoke it, and I enjoyed it. It was smooth, it was nice, it didn't... But, oh my god, the buzz. Like, I could smoke a few times throughout the day fucking very easily, but with this, I could hit this and I was good for an hour or two. Like, I'd hit it once, twice, that was it.
Yeah, I picked that up at Homegrown. I don't know if I said that or not, but yeah, they got some nice products out there too, and they had a lot of stuff I've never seen, so...
I gotta get my car going so we can start checking out all of these dispensaries. There's like 79 of the fucking things, like, within driving distance, so we got a lot of places we gotta try. Like, a
There
lot.
are so many dispos around this area. It's crazy. I mean, you can barely hit them all. And I've been trying. I wanted to hit every dispo company in the state. That's one of the things I want to do, so...
That's, I think, what we should do, like, a whole little section that's like, I don't know, dispensary road trips. Just where the whole thing is just us, like, going and checking it out and then trying out products.
Means we'll have to hit the UP quick.
Dude, that would be so much fun.
We
I get
go.
a lot of stuff cheaper up there because I'm Indian.
We gotta hit the Keweenaw Brewery.
Indigenous American. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. I don't find it offensive when people say Indian because I'm an Indian. Like, it's not... I feel like it should bother me more than it bothers the people that aren't, that get pissed off.
Well, I think in our age generation, like, yeah, no one really got mad about anything.
No, I don't even remember anybody getting mad about it. Actually, the first time I heard something stupid was when they wanted to take the Land O'Lakes lady off the butter thing because it was offensive. I was like, stop it. You people need to fucking stop it.
Did they do a thing like they did with all the other mascots where she had, like, some crazy backstory? Like, she was a real lady that they forced to
I think there
make
was.
butter or something?
I think there was. She was like... I don't want to say it wrong. I'm gonna shut up. I don't want to start making up some story about some shit that I don't know and it be about somebody else on accident. Like, nope. Just gonna shut my face.
We'll learn editing right quick.
Right? Googling, how the fuck do you do this?
Get 1 million hits for that. They're going after the Land O'Lakes lady.
Oh my goodness. I absolutely love doing this. I really do. It's kept me sane. Like, a lot of people have asked me, like, where did you go do counseling for, like, not doing drugs? Where did you go do your NA classes? Where did you go? And I'll be honest with you, there's only been twice the whole time I was doing this that I actually felt like, oh, fuck, I need to go talk to somebody. and I ended up not needing to because I got through it and still didn't get high. But I don't know how I did it without it, other than 6 months in I started that blog. And now we're doing this. So that's what's got me through all of the wacky ass shit that seems to keep... it seems to keep popping up.
Well, I did have the night with the gummies.
When you start asking yourself questions like that, it's just like, man, I really just want to go to bed. It's one of those, for me, it was one of those highs where you, like, you want to go to bed, and you're almost high enough to go there, but you can't get any higher because you're starting to think things that aren't going to let you sleep anyway. So it's like, if I smoke more, it could get worse. So you just sit there, and then you think, and the next day, the reflection of it's like, what the fuck?
This shit is really good.
It really is. And it's smooth.
Great taste.
Very smooth, doesn't burn.
Definitely worth checking out.
I haven't coughed.
I want to
Either.
see his show. Somebody at the Dispo when I bought it said he's got a show where he got strains, like I said, from other countries and showing his grow off and all that.
See, that's the kind of people I want to work with. I want to get to a point where we can actually meet the old school people that fucking had to hide it for years. You know what I mean?
Dude.
And now they can be open about it. That's who I want to hang out with. Like, that's the people I want to talk to. Like, how bad was it? Like I seen how bad it could get. Because Mom had a lot of wild levels of friends. I don't know how else to put that. So you see a lot of shit. But, dude, I want to actually sit down with the old school people who were famous, who had to, like, pretend that they didn't because they could really, it would ruin their careers back then. And it's weird because I actually heard a comedian not that long ago make a comment about it's sad that it became more acceptable for same-sex marriages quicker than it did for people to be able to smoke pot. And I was like, oh my God, it did. That just makes you think, like, you guys really saw marijuana that bad? Like, because we all know how judgy everybody gets about same-sex anything. Like, throw stones at it. Shut the fuck up. Who cares? You're not in a room. Shut your mouth. But that's just my opinion. Sorry, that's my opinion. It's like, it's
like the
shit.
80s will have to give up the phone number out 555-962.
But yeah, that's just weird to me that, like, other things were so acceptable that and marijuana was so much worse than it's like, oh my God, shut up, dude. Some people even smell pot. You can be walking through a store after smoking one and someone will actually say some shit like, I smell someone stinking like weed. And every time I just start giggling because it's usually me.
That's true. Oh my goodness.
It is. It's usually me. So I'm like, oh.
That is one of the things I noticed since, I've been sober is like you walk in a store and that and you used to think because my biggest issue was I was a functional addict and a functional user. So I went to work every day and did everything and a lot of people didn't even notice. Well, I thought they didn't notice.
We always do.
But when you walk in a store, like some store lady that's known you for years is like, wow, you look like you're doing better. And it's like, I don't think I look any different than I did before.
Dude, okay,
you finally get the hint of, wait a minute.
So I've admitted to my kid that, I've done stupid shit and was doing stupid shit while she was there toward the end. And
didn't she catch us doing stupid shit?
Well, she thought she did. That's what started her looking at me fucked up. So we were sitting talking about it, and then she starts putting two and two together the other day, and she was like, oh my God. And I'm like, what? And she's like, do you remember when your buddy wouldn't bring the weed whacker over, and you were pissed because the grass along the fence was like this tall? And then she reminds me what I was doing. And I'm like, I so can't believe I thought people didn't know. I had garden shears out in the yard. Garden shears. The long ones that, yeah, I had those. And I was walking along the fucking fence, cutting the grass with the fucking scissors, like, determined to get rid of it. And I'm like, how did I think I was making people think I was sober? Like, only somebody who is out of their mind is gonna go and cut the grass with fucking scissors.
That was like the time you were chopping wood when I came over. You're
Oh my God, I know.
moving logs twice the size of you.
Right.
You're like, here, I gotta chop this wood.
Well, they had cut down 3 pine trees along the side of the house, and then nobody wanted to move them. So I got mad about it, and I started chopping up the wood into smaller pieces, and then rolling the bigger ones around the side of the house and cutting them up. And now looking back on it as I'm talking about it, I'm like, you're a tiny ass female out there rolling 3 pine trees behind the house. And I did it. I moved the 3. Oh my God. I moved all 3 of the trunk parts of the tree around the back of the house and stacked all the wood. That is not normal.
People are like, that's hard work. Mike Rowe's like, fuck those lazy potheads. I told you.
No, but I'm sure people were wondering why at 6 o'clock in the morning I was already out there chopping wood and moving it around the back of the house. They're like, what is she building?
A fort.
I am so glad. So fucking glad it's over. I'm so glad I can't even do it.
Dude, you gotta check this out. You know, we showed you this Detroit dope. These dabs look badass. They taste badass. And then she has this.
Dude, this is
Frickin'
Dabs.
bubblegum torch.
This is Dabs meets Toy Story, right? That's all I could think of when I seen it was Dabs meets Toy Story.
Whoa, shit. Why does this thing always blow up when I'm playing with it?
I don't know. I got all scared.
You saw that shit, didn't you?
Yeah, I jumped out of the frame. I don't know what was happening.
I'm gonna take an ordinary torch and blow myself up.
I want to say too, I am like super grateful for being able to do this. Like, things have been kind of stressful. Like trying to get everything figured out all at once and like trying to keep myself from doing stupid shit, and the thought had crossed my mind quite a few times, like within the last couple weeks, and that is not safe for me. That is not good for me. And I know that, and I'm trying to recognize that and do the right thing. But it feels like shit. So I'm glad for this. I'm glad for being able to like act like a complete ass. It makes me feel better. Because I feel like if I'm being silly and a goofball and someone else is laughing, then I'm fine. Like, does that make any sense? No.
It is kind of crazy because we don't have anything planned, so we don't even know what we're gonna say.
We never do. We just start smoking and
Whatever
it's
the hell
at a very
comes
weird
out
place.
is a show.
Yeah. By the end of it, we're like, well, that's it then. All right, click. We did it. We did it. It's funny as shit when, like, you have people ask you, do you keep your scripts when you're done with them? And I'm like, you're what?
We did write
Were we
something about
supposed to be doing
CBN,
that?
though, but, like...
Yeah, I had flashcards.
Flashcards.
I had a little post-it, colored flashcards and shit. I am such a dork. I really am. There's a couple places it's, like, completely unsafe to let me loose with a bunch of money. And I'll tell you that right now.
I've seen that.
One is an art store. Or no, 3. One is a Dollar Tree. Because you can make crafts with all that stuff. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Think about that, though. How much money can you possibly spend at a Dollar Tree?
Or office supply. Dude, one time when I got unemployment money, I went in there and I spent like $300.
Damn.
Yeah. And then I made a bunch of Christmas decorations and shit.
There's some kids in China that are like,
They're like, I hate this bitch.
Yeah.
No, like, I do. I love office supply places. Like, you don't ever give me money and just let me go in one of those.
I would hate to
Or
take
craft
you
stores.
to a sports memorabilia store.
Flea markets are the worst because you can find old sports shit. Because, like, a lot of old people, and I hate to do it, I've actually paid more because I felt bad. Because I'm like, you don't even know what you're selling me right now. But they'll be older and they don't know, especially the women, don't know about the cards very much. So, like, they'll have a full-on set that is not opened. And you're just like, oh, you know, and it'll be like $5.
It depends, though.
Well, no, because the one, I was like, they had to close this again because she sold it to me for $5 or $7, and I gave her 15 because I was like, I know what's in this box. Like, I know what's in the set. Like, so after I bought it, I was in my own head going, did she take them out already, or did she really not know? So when I got home, it was like I didn't want to open it, but I had to. I was like, I gotta see if she took them out. She had not. and I still have them, and I'm still like, no. It's one of those weird things. Like, I don't know why I even got so bad with it, but I did. I love cards, dude.
Well, you got me into it bad.
Dude, we used to sit on the floor. We'd be like sitting across from each other, and we'd have like stacks of cards, and he'd show up with a whole bunch, and just we'd be sitting there, and we're going through finding the rookies and finding out who's good and who's not, and like it was ridiculous. Like, we would sit there for hours doing these cards and looking them up to find out everything we could about them.
It led to a cool thing though, because
Yeah.
being a huge Lions fan, I started collecting all Lions cards. I wanted all players, all their autographs of everybody. I didn't care, just because I've always been a big fan. But after I started buying some of the older cards, looking back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s, I saw videos pop up in that, and you can actually go online and see clips from the Lions' very first televised game where they won on Thanksgiving Day against the Bears, and you can
Bears.
actually see 40s and 50s games. I seen quite a few old games, and it's actually interesting. It's great. Their camera work is very interesting from the old days. It's actually awesome.
I like anything kind of vintage like that, sports wise, because I like I don't know, I kind of like the setup of them. Like, it wasn't about all the glamming up of the cards and all that. You know what I mean? It was the player in their regular atmosphere, not standing in the middle of a universe. Like,
Yeah, but it's funny because those cards are worth like 5 cents, and the one where he's like standing in the universe, like you say, like riding on a unicorn and bullshit's like
I
worth
know.
$800.
That's really sad. It is. I want to get some of the really old baseball ones. Like, that's my next thing I want to go into.
I gotta say this though,
Like,
as
I
an
want
adult,
Ty Cobb.
I gotta
because
say this though.
My grandma used to
Yeah.
call me that. Could me.
As an adult though, I do not understand the Pokemon and all that collecting card stuff.
I don't know, but now I gotta tell you something. We were at a campground, and this little kid. You remember when Pokemon Go started and everybody had their damn phone out, running around like crazy people?
That was all old people too. It was
This
crazy.
little kid was playing it. Like, you could watch him running around across the street, right? We got running, and there was this part where he had to speed run to get the Pokemon. I don't know how the game works. I did not play that shit. But he speed ran a couple times, and the third time he went to do it, there was a fucking pole in front of him. And he split his shit. Like, wide open. And I was like, and that right there is why I will never play that fucking game. But then I started noticing after that, when you would see, like, groups of people just standing around, that's what they were doing. They were trying to steal each other's Pokemon and going to the little gyms and shit to find. I was like, I don't even know.
This is what's even crazier, right? There's a park that used to be by my house called McCurdy Park, and it's a really, really nice park, a really nice place. And people started going there at 2, 3 in the morning. I mean, there's like 75 cars down at the end of the road because
They
the
have a
park
little
was at the end of my
village there,
road.
right?
Oh yeah. But what they're doing is they were playing Pokemon. They were drinking beer and shit, right? So the cops actually allow drinking beer in the park now because of the Poke players.
This is now an adult park. Like,
Well,
feel
at
free
2,
to
3 in
drink.
the morning when people are trying to catch those Pokemon or whatever.
I know,
If people
they
still
were.
do that.
I don't know if they do anymore. But
Somebody
I know.
watching this show will probably go to McCurdy Park and crack a beer and end up getting tackled.
Yeah, check your facts before you go.
Like, that was 3 years ago.
Be sure you're safe. I don't know. That's just weird to me. That's like they're telling them to like go out to a park somewhere, get drunk, and drive home.
People play that thing for hours, though. So.
They do. I used to have a friend that said that he would not realize what time it was, and they would be playing, and he's like, man, sometimes I'd go out and start playing at night. He's like, and I didn't go home until 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Normal motherfuckers are like, I went out partying last night. I got home at 8 a.m. This motherfucker was like, I played Pokemon all night in the park. I just got home at 8 a.m. Like, you're a grown-ass man.
That's a dude that eats, like, bran flakes for breakfast.
No,
You were out fucking
He used to
playing
eat
Pokemon.
those. No, what are those the little hard things? You know what I'm talking about?
Granola things.
The, like, that really weird
Grape nuts?
Yes, that's what he ate. He asked me to get him some one time because he was sick and he was out, and that's his favorite cereal. And I was like, you would eat that. That makes sense.
It's a dude that buys vanilla ice cream.
No, only if it's got the black specks, because that's real vanilla. Oh, God. I'm making him sound so much worse to myself. I'm going to pick on him.
I'm glad we're not using names.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know who you're talking about. So.
It was, our parents were friends.
That she's gonna go for all the hits.
Our parents, well, no, we had a lot of, like,
His name rhymes with Russ.
we had a lot of cousins, as my parents would call them. These are your cousins. Like, they're not our fucking cousins, they're your friends' kids. Like, we had a lot of people like that, so it was weird. Sometimes I didn't know if people were really my cousin or if they were my cousin.
I didn't think we had enough to show to really get high, but I'm freaking baked.
I know, we didn't even touch Willie yet.
Ooh,
That
okay.
sounded weird.
Willie. I just helped that out. Now it's totally normal. The thing that I noticed when she brought this in is this is a totally different container than the ones I've seen.
Oh, it's cool. Oh, watch this. No, you can't open it normal. You gotta, like, you have to line up this with that line. Oh, if I can get it. If you don't line the line up, it won't open.
Dude, we're totally having
This took me, like, fucking 10 minutes to figure out how to open it. But I did it. I did it. I just sounded so proud of myself.
well, after episode 1.
Yeah. It is still true, though, that the cookies bags I can get into. Thank you for that, by the way. Cookies is fucking amazing because I can get into the weed bags. And it tastes really fucking good. And you guys have really cool fucking clothes.
So what strain?
And merch.
What strain is this?
Oh, shit. You know what? Oh, White Runts.
I have not smoked that before from Willie.
It is... there was two. We smoked one, and it's tasty as shit. I love Willie Reserve. I really do.
Well,
If I can get my dad to do this, I would be like, you gotta smoke Willie with me, because my dad absolutely loves Willie. Like, always has. I listened to him growing up because of that. Like,
well, just look at it this way. This is your only way to get a Woolies and Blues Brothers collab. That would be fucking awesome.
do you know how amazing it would be to sit down and smoke with both of them? Just to hear the stories that they fucking have. I wouldn't probably even smoke. I just... Because I can't even imagine the stories. The stories that we do hear are like him smoking on the White House. Like, come on now.
Dude, I'd
That's
be more
amazing.
scared if they heard any of our stories. You did what?
That's one of the things
Well, they'd
that...
be throwing us out the trailer.
That's one of the things that I think is funny, though, because I think when some of the stuff actually... When I get more comfortable talking about all the addiction stuff, I'll probably hit on some of the funny shit that's happened. But not all of it.
My life's been one big joke, so that's kind of scary.
I think I just deflect by being funny. Like, when I can't handle something, I start cracking jokes about it. Because it's the only way I can deal with it.
The last time we smoked this Smet Shoes by Wooly, and it was actually stronger than the lace joint we smoked, and it was only 19%, so I'm curious to see what this is like.
The more that I learn about the cannabis plant itself, the more I realize that we all run around for years like, what's the percentage for THC? And like we talked about that before, it really isn't. It's a combination of all of it. It's not just the THC, so it could be low and you're still gonna get fucking high as hell because there's terps and shit that are in there too.
Dude, let's be
So-
honest though. 6 years ago, I didn't even know there was a such thing as a THC fucking level.
I know it's just weed.
Yeah, it was just weed.
It's weird how
It's
that
like
all
5
works,
whole
isn't it?
strains.
It is super weird. I like how that kind of happens though. Like they'll be like, "Oh, like we've known it all along. Then why the fuck are we only talking about it now?" I don't understand. Liars. Stop fucking fibbing.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
is
again
good.
this year I did not camp. I did not take a tubing trip. I did not go fishing. I did not get on a boat. I'm telling you what, dude.
I haven't either.
I have not done any summer fun anythings.
I can't because you guys fucking smoke way too much weed.
What?
These motherfuckers keep me so busy.
Oh God. Everybody,
We
yeah,
got
I
way
guess
too
it
many
would, 'cause
products.
You guys are constantly working and going. I would like to go next year. I think we just plan like a huge fucking tubing trip and just a bunch of people just go. Just go. Take a
would
bunch
be-
of weed and just go.
That would be fun. You're scared of water though, and I don't like water that much.
No, that's
either.
why I said it too, but because when I go in a canoe, I end up in the water, which I have a fucking problem with. See, because here's my thing. I have drowned a few times in my life. Those were in pools. 2 of them were in pools. 1 was in a river. And
That's 3 times.
and right.
I thought
and
you said
then-
twice.
Well, no, twice in a pool, and then once in a river. So 3 times. So now when I'm in dark water, my body decides to not work. It just stops moving. I don't know what kind of weird trauma about to kill myself shit that is, but I freeze. And because I can't see what's around me, even though there could be fucking nothing at all there, but like a rock that naturally is there, I will panic because I can't see what's around me and I sink.
See, I've always wondered if that was an autistic thing because I am the exact same way.
So a tube is good for me. A canoe,
Yeah,
I
because
end
it's
up in
not
the middle.
that deep either.
I end up in the middle like this. And I don't move because I don't want to die. And I already have in water, and it hurts after when you're trying to heal from that. I don't want to go through none of that again. You realize I have died quite a few times. Like, I killed myself in the car crash, too. Like, how many fucking times are you gonna die, bitch? What am I, a cat?
Better hope not. You're running out.
I know, I'm down to, like, 5. Ugh.
I don't know
4.
if I've died or not.
4, I stopped breathing when I was, like, 17 and got hit by a car and stuff.
That is
There's a
weird
reason
thing
I'm
to say.
supposed to be here now that I think about it, because that's a lot of shit to have happen, and it's like, Pink, get your ass back down there. Go figure it out. That's kind of nuts.
God's probably just like, this is hilarious. What's that bitch gonna do now?
That car accident one was bad. Don't drink and drive. And don't get in a car with me if I have. Don't. Ugh.
Don't wake up laughing when you're dead either. Be like, okay, where am I at? The way you told the story.
Right? Dude, I'm telling you. I don't know what happened that night. I drove through a guardrail doing like 83 miles an hour. I flew 75 feet. Landed, caught the front of my car in the ground, and the divot is still there, and it's been years. And flipped the car upside down. And the whole time, for some reason, somehow, I ping-ponged around the inside of the car. And then when it flipped upside down, I landed and broke the windshield with my face. And then I remember seeing the lights in the EMT. And then I remember sitting up abruptly in the ambulance. And then there was nothing for like days because I was out for a couple days in a coma. And then when I woke up, the nurse, I thought she was fucking with me, straight up walked in there and was like, are you okay? And I'm like, why? Wait, where am I? She's like, a hospital. I'm like, why? She's like, you died. I was like, you're not fucking funny. Like, I had a headache, so I was not in the mood to be playing. I, like, woke up thinking maybe I just, I don't know, bumped my fucking head or something. She's like, no, you had a brain bleed. Like, you killed yourself. You were shocked twice in the ambulance before you came back. Like, and it scared me because I write and draw so much. And all of a sudden, my hands weren't, I couldn't write, I couldn't type, I couldn't see. Dude, that's when I was like, yeah, I don't want to drink. I think I'm going to quit. And then I did what everybody I know that went to rehab did and got an addiction to drinking coffee. The fuck is that all about?
I have no idea. My addiction's always been soda.
I can't. Because mine are dark pops that I like, and I can't have it. My stones in my kidneys from it for some reason. I can't have clear liquor or dark pop. What the fuck kind of shit is that?
Mix them together?
Oh yeah, my kidneys will love me in the morning. I used to
Well, it wouldn't be dark or light. Be somewhere in
I used
between.
to like that Mike's Hard lemonade and the Angry Orchard apple stuff, and then I drank them for a weekend while camping. Monday morning, my kidneys were like swollen so bad you could see them on the sides of my body.
Whoa, yeah, that's crazy.
I was like, what's going on there? And the lady at the hospital just goes, I'm gonna go get the nurse, and they took me right in the back. That's not a good sign. I walked in. Yeah, my kidneys backed up because of all the sugar. So they were just swelling. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Dysfunctional ass body parts. Dude, life. Ugh. I love it.
All the kids are gonna be like, these people are old and gross.
I'm fine with that. No, the best part about doing this, everybody asked me if that was going to bother me. What if somebody starts saying negative stuff to you or whatever? And I was like, everybody's got an opinion. They're like
Everybody
assholes.
said negative stuff to us all the time.
Everybody has an asshole, just like everybody has an opinion. You just accept it. You can't change it. Just, it is what it is.
Off-camera action.
I like talking to her. It was funny. She walked behind me yesterday when I was doing one of the shorts, and I was like, "Extra, stop walking through." Like,
She kind of is. We wouldn't even know how to work this computer thing without her.
no, I love my child too much. I'm telling you that, and I realized I was getting old. Well, I realized that a long time ago, but I realized it again last night because I was talking to her, and a friend of mine asked me something on Snapchat, and I didn't know the answer to it, so I asked her. And she goes, yeah, and she explains it, and then as I'm explaining it back, I was like, holy fuck. I'm like, that's sad. I just totally asked my teenager how to use Snapchat. I'm like, I'm fucking old, for sure.
I don't even know what some of that stuff was. Like, somebody asked me if I was on WhatsApp.
Yeah, I gotta ask that too, and I'm like, I don't understand what that's for, though.
No, neither do I, because, like,
I have a phone.
I looked up what WhatsApp was, and it's, like, some call thing, so they spelled it, like, different than the WhatsApp. But there was no app called whatever the spelling
Yeah,
was, so
that's
I don't know
weird.
what the fuck it is.
I don't know, there were some of them that people were like, well, you gotta do one of these and one of these. I'm like, I'm good.
What's the one with the ghost? Is that TikTok?
That is Snapchat.
Oh.
That's Snapchat. I am stoned.
What do you do on that? Snap and chat?
Well, you can talk
Fuck
back
does that
and
mean?
forth. You can talk back and forth, and the messages disappear. So, like, after 24 hours, unless you set it different to do it immediate as you talk, they just disappear, so then nobody can ever go back and look at them. It's just a way for people.
I have the hostages.
It's just a way for
You have
people
24
to, like,
hours till this video's gone, bitch.
So it's like, if the shorts that I post, those are always there because they're saved on YouTube. But like, if you do it on Snapchat like that, they're up for 24 hours and then they're gone off your shit.
I talk too
So-
much though, cause like I got on Twitter and I hated that thing, cause you know you're limited, and I'd always limit out and couldn't post every freaking time.
I don't know. I'm very self-conscious about shit, so I try not to be on the video too long, and I act like I'm fine, and I'm not. It makes me sweat. It makes me sweat. Like, this is addiction. When I did that, more nervous about the writing than stating what an idiot I was. You know what I mean? I'm fine saying what an ass I was and all the stupid decisions I made, but my writing I don't want anybody to know about. Still having a hard time understanding myself. Maybe that'll come with more sobriety. I don't know.
Dude, it's crazy because since we've been doing this, you know, other people's stuff has come up, and there's this lady, Jessica Kent,
Yeah.
and she was like a meth dealer.
Lord.
She reminds me of my ex in a lot of ways. She has an interesting show, though. I mean, she's recovered.
I like it.
She did like 7 years and all kinds of crazy shit.
I like it when you meet other people that have taken that journey or that are taking that journey. You know what I mean? Because it's cool because you know they understand what the fuck you're saying. They're not just somebody that's like, look at this addicted motherfucker. Like, because you're always addicted. That was something that was hard for me to accept. Because I was like, but I quit doing it. And people would be like, but you're still addicted. No, I'm not. I'm not doing it. You're always an addict.
Well, see, it was weird for me because, like, I've used and stopped, like you said, like, just about anything around. Except for I got lucky, I'm allergic to pills and opioids and that, so I never really even dabbled in that stuff. But
Heroin and needles and all that, and fucking dude, you want to watch me piss myself? Come at me with a needle. And I'm done. I better be wearing pull-ups or a diaper or Depends or something because I'm gonna piss myself. I fucking hate needles. I fucking hate them. If I become a diabetic, I'm gonna have to hire somebody to come in and stab me because I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'd be like, like, I don't know. When my mom was doing her insulin shit, she said, grab the needles out of the drawer. And I was like, no. I didn't even think about it. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. She was like, you don't gotta open it. Just give me the back. No. Something about it. It's just like, it's like if it was a cockroach and you had to pick it up. You're just like, fuck. Like, I don't know what it is. I can't handle it. Scared the fuck out of me. I just jumped so high, like, the house is on fire. I don't know.
at least you don't got that low sitting chair from the other day.
No, but the problem is to not have it be low sitting though, really, I have to like sit on the edge. So I have a bar right where my thighs and my butt meet. So when I get up, I'm sure I'm going to have a massive Charlie horse of some kind. If I can get up. Watch, my legs won't work. If I stand up and fall down and you miss it, I'm sorry. 'Cause I'm sure it would be funny.
Well, alrighty. This has been fun. This was just kind of a bonus, so if it sucks, sorry.
Yeah, we wanted to make sure that the microphone was going to be good. And I know the one time we thought we had the original microphone fixed, and it got like so far into the damn show. I swear it was like 15 minutes before it actually was like burp. So
you could hear some of episode
hoping.
2.
Yeah. So hopefully these will all get better, and we're going to touch on the cannabinoids some more and a little better than where you can actually hear.
Now that they hear our voices, we'll be like -16 when we look at this thing.
I know, we'll be like, why were we watching you?
Believe me,
It's a sympathy thing, isn't it? I knew it. I fucking suck.
if you do karaoke, though, you will look like the greatest frickin' singer in the world. Like, Yoko Ono and Courtney Love could be following me, and, like, people would be like, thank God, yes! Hallelujah!
All right, you guys. We will see you on Friday, 10 p.m. for our little hit of Ganja talk. Ganja Fridays.
We will remember our show's name.
Yeah, and ourselves. We'll remember ourselves.
Oh, and like
ourselves names.
Dude, do the like and subscribe thing.
Oh,
I just
yes.
did.
Always feel free to like and subscribe, comment, and follow our pages. We love you guys very much. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you guys soon. Bye.
Bye.